They don't make them like they used to. The zipper breaks on your jacket, so you're forced to go shopping again. Your dishwasher starts acting up in the kitchen, so you're off to Home Depot. Or perhaps you simply can't stand the idea of being a generation behind, so you scrap your functional iPhone 5 and replace it with the iPhone 6. This widespread practice of manufacturing products that are designed to fail is known as planned obsolescence and has transformed the American market. Before planned obsolescence, industry sought to create the best products for the market, taking pride in their work. Products weren't designed to fail. Rather, inventors strove to create practical and cost-effective items. Take Thomas Edison's light bulbs, for example, many of which are still glowing in museums after over 100 years. However, as the market flooded in the 1920s with such long-lasting items, consumers rarely needed to return for replacement goods. As a result, companies began to see dips in profits as demand fell. But Alfred Sloan Jr., president of General Motors in 1923, developed an answer to this problem. Believing that Americans would be willing to replace their automobiles, Sloan began designing remodeled cars each year with only slight changes. The 1923 Chevrolet Superior marked the birth of style obsolescence, as the vehicle showcased a restyled body with essentially the same mechanics. After General Motors began this trend, other companies quickly followed suit throughout the country. The rest of the automobile industry joined in featuring annual model changes, and the light bulb industry began implementing what's known as functional obsolescence. By 1925, the U.S.'s leading light bulb manufacturer, General Electric, was marketing products with a 1,000-hour lifespan, just half of the 2,000-hour lifespan in bulbs from years past. Since being introduced in the 1920s, this practice has become integrated into the fabric of the current industrial system. Most of the clothing we wear and the electronic devices we use have been made to go out of style. Ranging from textbooks to computer software to even ink cartridges, planned obsolescence is all around us, and modern manufacturers have taken it to an extreme level. Industries of this era are exploiting this practice to extract every penny from the consumer. Apple is an obvious example of this abuse, being a technology company that employs both style and functional obsolescence. Besides releasing a new iPhone each year, Apple designs many of its products to have batteries that aren't user replaceable, forcing the customer to either pay for the service or replace the device entirely. However, Apple isn't suffering dips in profits. This year's third quarter report boasts a 33% revenue growth, thanks to the iPhone, the Mac, and the Apple Watch. However, before we start pointing fingers at corporate giants, let's focus on what has made this shift possible. This manufacturing technique has relied on a new form of consumer culture, which has come to redefine American society. Before planned obsolescence, many Americans repaired their broken items, and few people constantly required the newest items on the market. But in the 1920s, General Motors depended on wealthy consumers with a desire to climb the socio-economic ladder. This relationship between industry and consumer culture has been amplified over time to reach nearly all citizens, not just the wealthy minority. Planned obsolescence has reshaped consumer culture by instilling values of egocentrism and discontent. In today's world, we anticipate new products well before they're even released, always eager to pounce on the newest versions of things. We don't hesitate to indulge ourselves in all the newest models because we're so concerned with having the best and being the best. How long have you had your current cell phone? According to Electronic Recyclers International, Americans replace their phones every 21.7 months on average. Today's culture stresses that people with the newest devices are the most popular and most successful, so we must constantly return to the market. Furthermore, this shift reflects the growing dissatisfaction in American society. Rarely satisfied with what we have, we're always seeking the next great thing. All of a sudden, the Galaxy S6 is no longer sufficient. Only the S6 Edge can meet all our wants and needs. This trend in consumer culture is a true reflection of American values. According to an interactive Harris poll, 74% of Americans consider finding new jobs, and over 2 million workers quit their jobs each month voluntarily. Indeed, we are constantly turning to something new for fulfillment, reflecting the discontent society planned obsolescence has created. So where do we go from here? Let's start by appreciating the things we have in this life. Let us enjoy what we've been given, try to fix the things we break, and stop worrying about new models. We may not prevent the release of the new iPhone, but a simple change in attitude may go a long way in reducing the cultural effects of planned obsolescence.